to the Bodhi Academy. I am Mahanta Naik, and today we will continue the class 7 science chapter, that is Foresta Lifeline. Now in the last class we have seen what are the fauna which is found in the forest, then what is humus, what are decomposers, how the nutrient cycle takes place on earth. Then we have also learned about food chain and food web. In today's class, we will learn what is afforestation and deforestation. Now, when we plant trees or different plants in a barren land, or when there are no plants in such a land, this process of planting trees in such a land is called as afforestation. So, afforestation is the process of planting trees in unproductive areas and thereby increasing the forest land on earth. Now, this afforestation helps in increasing the forest land and thus helps in improving the environment. Now, as we know, when we plant trees on a barren land, these trees will grow, and when these trees will develop fruit, flowers and fruits, these fruits will fall off on the ground, and from these seeds, new plants or new trees will grow. These seeds will germinate to give rise to new plants. So this is how the barren land will eventually be converted into forest. So afforestation helps in increasing the forest land and thus helps in improving the environment of the earth. So as we have already seen the benefits of forest and how it improves the environment, so this afforestation will eventually lead to the improvement of environment of earth. So it also leads to several benefits that the forest provides us. So afforestation will also lead to increasing the benefits which the forest provides us, such as control or regulation of soil erosion. Then forest will regulate the flow of water, rainwater, which fall on the earth. Then they will control forest fires. Then the forest will also help in the exchange of gases. That is, it will take up the carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. Hence, it will also purify the air which is there. Then deforestation. Now deforestation is the opposite of afforestation. Deforestation is the process of cutting down of trees in a forest. So it is the demolition of forest on a large scale. Now when we cut down trees on a large scale in a forest, this process is called as deforestation. Now, usually this deforestation is done for construction purposes. So, human beings undergo this process in order to find more space for extending their habitats. So, humans cut down these forest lands so that they get space or area where they can build their houses or buildings for business and all. Then we will see the effect of deforestation. Now, due to deforestation, the amount of carbon dioxide in air will increase. So, this will naturally happen as there will be less trees to take up the carbon dioxide. The amount of carbon dioxide will in air will increase. So, the which increases the temperature of earth. Now, as there will be more amount of carbon dioxide in air, this will lead to the increase in temperature of earth. Since these carbon dioxide gases will kind of deplete the ozone layer, which protects the earth from harmful sun rays. So this increase in the carbon dioxide in air will eventually lead to change in the climate of earth. Then deforestation causes floods because soil lost the capacity to hold water. Now it will also lead to floods. Why? Because when the trees are present on an area or a forest land, these trees anchor the soil and they keep the soil or they prevent the soil from running off due to the water. Now, when these soil particles are anchored together, it also increases the capacity of soil to hold the water or absorb the water. Now, since there will be no trees, the soil will also lose its capacity to hold the water. And it can lead to increased floods as the trees will no longer be there to regulate the steady flow of water. Now, when rain falls in a forest area, the trees and the canopies of the trees also act as a protective layer. So when there are heavy rainfall or when there is heavy rainfall, the water will first hit the canopy layer, and thus there will be less surface runoff of soil. Then without any trees, the water cycle gets disturbed and the soil dries out. Similarly, when there will be less forest and trees due to deforestation, the water cycle will get disturbed as uh, less trees result in reduction in rainfall. So the soil will also dry up and the groundwater level will also be depleted. Then many animals and plants lose their natural habitat. So of course, when the forests are cut down, there will be no place for the wild animals to take shelter. So insects, animals and birds will not get food and shelter because of this deforestation. Now, when these trees are cut, where these animals will go? They will not have any place to stay, right? They cannot come into our houses and they have to strive to find a shelter. So, being unable to find suitable environment to live, they may die or become extinct eventually. So, it will be very hard for the wild animals to survive without their habitat because they are completely dependent on the forest for their food, shelter, everything. When these forests only are taken away from them, it will be very difficult for their survival and they will become extinct and they will die. So, hence deforestation will result in loss in biodiversity. Thus, with the extinction of these animals, there will be loss of biodiversity. Then it will lead to increased air pollution as trees are the ones that absorb greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and increase oxygen content in atmosphere. As I have already said, trees absorb the greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and give out oxygen which we all breathe. So it will lead to air pollutions in case of deforestation. Then let us see the conservation of forest. Now conservation of forest means preserving or saving the forest. Now this we have to promote afforestation. We have to urge more and more people or the government to do afforestation, that is planting of more trees. That is how we can conserve the forest, the wild animals which live in there, or some of the rare plants and animals which are only found in certain places of the earth in forest. So all this can be conserved or saved by this process. Then conservation of forest will also lead to control of forest fires. Now the forest fires which occurs will also be reduced. Then it will protect wildlife as I have already said. Then social forestry. Now social forestry, what it means is that some humans like some tribal human beings live in forest. They live in the deep areas of the forest without disturbing the wildlife. Okay, that is how they have lived since a long time, and these humans usually use the forest produce that they will survive on the different fruits or different roots of the plants which are edible. These populations survive on the forest. Then also social forestry is when we take certain kinds of goods from the forest. So then if we conserve forest, this will also be possible. This is all that we will see in this class. So thank you for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe to the Bodhi Academy.